Well, members of various associations and organizations from different sectors are coming together for the annual Association Summit that runs November 23 and 24. The discussions and exchanges are seen to be useful for members' work and advocacies. To tell us more about the event is the President and CEO of the Philippine Council of Associations and Association Executives, Mr. Bobby Peralta. Mr. Peralta, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Nancy, for the opportunity to be here.
You know what? You are also the founder of PCAAE, and you founded it 4 years ago. It's a relatively young organization, but when you think about it, we should have had this organization even earlier than that. So 4 years ago, what moved you to form it?
That's correct. It's only, I guess, in the Philippines and in Asia in general that the term association executive is not known. In the US and in Europe, an association executive are professionals that really run associations.
And these associations that form your membership are both public and private?
That's correct. Yeah, we have, for example, in the public sector, you have the League of Cities, and many in the private sector, like the Philippine Marketing Association, Philippine Retailers, Management Association of Philippines, Philippine People Management Association, all those societies, and in general, membership organizations.
Well, basically, you're an umbrella group. You're an association of associations. We can put it that way, right? You're going to launch or going to mount the fourth iteration of your annual event. It's going to be called AS4, November 23, 24. Who are the speakers we can expect, and what issues will they be talking about?
Yeah, that's correct. This is our fourth edition, and the AS4 is really a learning, networking, and recognition activity for associations in the country. In terms of learning, you have about more than 20 educational tracks to be. There will be also 23 or more speakers, not only here but also from overseas. We have a tabletop exhibition as a learning tool also for associations to know that there are professional conference organizers, event planners, hotel, venue, destination in the Philippines that are really helping associations to move around the country. And then this is a networking event also because we are the platform for all associations. And of course recognition because we have the Ang Susi Awards that recognizes associations' work in helping communities, helping small business, helping the environment. We have also individual awards like the Association Executive of the Year and the Association Board Member of the Year. So this is, of course, we still have to have fun and also, some certain activities, raffles, and so on.
All right, typically, what are the issues that associations face? Are there any contentious issues or roadblocks to associations performing their work efficiently and effectively?
Two things. Our aim is really to further professionalize association governance and management. In terms of governance, as you know, in the Philippines, I would say that 9 out of 10 associations are really governed and managed by volunteer leaders. These are the board of trustees. But I think associations could also learn from the business sector in a way that there's a separate board of directors that provides oversight, strategy, and policy. And there's a management staff that runs day-to-day activities. So that's what we're espousing, and that's happening also outside the country.
I would also think that conflict of interest might be an issue.
Absolutely. That's why in the governance structure, learning again from the private sector, you have all these, things about conflict of interest, whistleblowing, and all that. So I think there's also a lot to learn from the business sector in terms of trying to professionalize association management here and governance.
All right, the AS4 event is basically a specialized group. It's a niche group. But how do we explain to the general audience that your work, when done successfully, has a huge impact on their daily lives?
Well, associations, I believe, help build also in nation building. As you know, they provide training programs, educational programs that are not available in schools, for example. They also set standards, for example, the Cement Manufacturers Association, the Philippine Society of Engineers, and so on. they provide standards for which construction or whatever are done. So we also terms help small businesses and so on. So there's an impact on what we're doing, and I think that's our contribution to the economy.
Who gets to attend?
Mostly our members,
So it's by invitation?
Not exactly. It's open. We want to be inclusive as well.
Sure.
We only use association as the generic term, but it really connotes nonprofits, membership organizations. So they're welcome to learn from each other, and I think that's the basic or essence of this summit is really peer learning, helping one another and learning from each other.
All right. For those who are interested, do give us the details and invite the audience.
Yes, for those who are interested in the day-to-day activities of how associations are managed and governed, please come join us on November 23 and 24 at the PICC. And by the way, this is supported by the Tourism Promotion Board, the PICC, and my organization, which is I'm a paid staff, the Association of Development Financing Institution in Asia and the Pacific.
All right. So the tourism board is involved in this.
Absolutely, because their motivation is to attract international conferences here in the Philippines, and
Oh, that
that's,
makes
yes.
sense. That makes sense.
Right.
All right, Mr. Bobby Peralta, President and CEO of the Philippine Council of Associations and Association Executives. I didn't want to get that wrong, or the PCAAE for short. Thank you so much for joining us this
Thank you
afternoon.
very much, Nancy.
All right. Well.